Chatting with Cherubs.
We're in. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Chatting with Cherubs. Apologies for my audio. I'm in my new place without any audio equipment, but I should have it next week. So anyway, I'm Morgan Rees, and I'm here with the wonderful
Josh Jones, and I'm here with the amazing
Gearóid Farrelly. Hello, hello, hello.
hello, hello.
Cherubs. I think we're
How
all in
are we
different
doing?
headspaces.
We are very much in different headspaces. I'm still at the fringe, so I'm insane and tired, and I feel like a car has driven over me.
Is that a
Morg-
pink knit in your hand?
oh yeah, it's a ball of wool.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
it's a
said it
ball of
on the Patreon, but I also knit now. I want everyone to know that
Josh,
I'm
I've
super
given it up.
cool as well.
wool. Yeah, I've given it up. I've decided Tom Daly is out of my league. There's just nothing to play for anymore.
I've made 3 scarves this month.
Yeah.
In
When we
August.
start- When we... Ooh, what are you going to make me next, Josh? Some mittens?
The thing about it is, though, once you get into something, it makes you so relaxed that it becomes very therapeutic, and you just kind of need to
I've
do
just
it.
not been on my phone, which is good. Not that
Yeah.
I wasn't really super glued to my phone anyway. I don't know where it is most of the time, but my screen time's down.
My screen time has really gone up since I've been in Edinburgh, because I'm just kind of like so tired that I'm just kind of lying around scrolling.
Yeah.
And oh my God, I did something on Sunday which was truly the most humiliating thing that has ever happened to me. I came home
Yes.
and I was just making something for my dinner. I was making beans on toast, and I was just scrolling on my phone. And I was just there when I got this message from one of my friends to say she was in Edinburgh, and I forgot I'd agreed to go to a show with her.
Mm.
So it started in 20 minutes time. So I jumped on my bike, cycled in, parked my bike, and ran up the stairs of one of the venues into this show. And you know, like when you come in from like it being really bright, and then you go into like a dark room because the show had already started, and you're totally night blind.
Little bit. Like a reverse cinema when you leave the cinema.
Yeah.
So they just said to me, go in and go left, and there'll be seats on the aisle. And I was like, okay. So I went in, they closed the door, and I was just like, I couldn't see anything in front of me. Like I was totally blind. And I went left, and I just saw, like, you know, the back of the brass back of chairs. And I just kind of grabbed it and threw myself into the seat, still wearing my backpack, and sat on a woman.
Did she say anything?
She went, oh, please, God, no.
Oh, please, God, no.
That sounds like it's the 5th time that's happened to her that day.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
Well,
please, no.
In my defense, she was leaning forward, like she was really far away from the back of her chair. But so I was in a panic. So I jumped out of the seat, and the only light I could see was at the sound desk. So we just walked to the sound desk, and my friend Anne-Marie came to, like, I was meeting her there, and she saw me.
The
She-
singer.
Who?
Anne-Marie the singer.
She's a singer, but I don't.
Yeah, there's a
I think
big
it's a different
famous
Anne-Marie.
singer
Oh, I
called
think
Anne-Marie.
it's a different Anne-Marie, but she was quite famous.
She was a judge on The Voice, I think.
Oh, no, she wasn't. But this Anne-Marie is a singer, and she wrote the music for that Disney series. So weird. So, little tip. But she, so she saw me, saw that I had thrown myself on a woman, and I was still wearing my bicycle helmet. So she was like, oh, Gearóid is pissed. Gearóid is like hammered at 2:00 in the day. So she went up and she was like, Gearóid, it's Anne-Marie. Come, like, just follow me. Like, I'll bring you to a seat. I was like, I'm not drunk. Like, I just can't see. And then I sat down, and I'd say I was sitting down for about maybe 5 minutes, and then my eyes adjusted to the room, and I was like, oh, this isn't dark at all. Everybody saw me throw myself on top of that woman.
Yeah. So this is Gearóid trying to get ahead of the accusations.
Yeah, this is called prehab. Yeah. Something's gonna come out about me, and yeah, I mean, I think we all know that's bullshit.
It's going to read awful out in court, isn't it?
Yeah.
He threw himself on me. I screamed, oh God, please
no.
And he stayed in the room.
Oh God, I wanted to die. I absolutely wanted to die. It was
What was the
so
show about?
embarrassing. The show was about grief. It was about like her mother died.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
There's
I went to
points you just go like, I don't miss the Fringe.
No.
I know. I'm at the point now where I'm like, no, I'm good to go now. I'm ready to go home.
Yeah. But let's not talk about it anymore because no more Fringe talk.
Okay.
No, but we spoke about it loads on the Patreon and no one knows what it... People here have never... these are normal people who are happy with their lives. They don't go to the Fringe. What have you
do you wanna
been up to, Morgan?
Oh my God. Well, I went to the Fringe for 5 days. And
Right, I'm going to leave this podcast. I'm sick of the Fringe. I'm not
Well,
even
I-
been and I'm fucking sick of the Fringe.
Well, I can tell you, I could talk about another sort of car crash bomb site full of people trying to live their dreams but failing. And that is me as a new homeowner.
Yay! That fan looks fun.
Yeah, it's a death trap, isn't it? You can't turn it on because it rattles like like the Titanic post iceberg.
I do
It's-
like the thing that the fan is in, like that whipped cream looking.
Ceiling.
Yeah.
I don't think my partner Janet will take to that well.
But
I love your little Mr. Whippy light.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I love that, like, what do you call that?
Ceiling rose.
I love the ceiling rose, your whippy light.
Thank you very you Mr. Whippy light. So yeah, I'm living in I'm going to just be very honest, and I appreciate this is a comedy podcast, but I've had a mental breakdown. Veneer. None of my coping mechanisms I've had for over a month. So, like, it's to describe the place we've had to, because it was a horde had lived here, so it was filthy. Like, literally, the toilet was covered in shit.
Human poo.
Human poo. We're praying human poo. And everything was smoking marks.
Why was he hoarding it? Did he not flush it?
He must have been hoarding shit as well. It must have been. Well, this is how much. Okay, this. I think I've told. Did I tell you this about the shed? Have I told you this about the shed?
I don't think so.
So they're hoarders. We've got a garden. We've got a shed. Wow, we've got a shed, but they've left their stuff in the shed. We're going through this shed because we have to catalogue it for the lawyers because they're being litigated. What do you think they left in their shed? I'll give you each a guess.
Lawnmower?
I'm going to say
sensible shout.
What are one of those things that the Grim Reaper has?
A sigh.
Yeah, like a crop cutter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That they could use that on their cemented garden. It's so ugly. Okay. These hoarders kept in their shed, drum roll, their previous shed.
What?
What,
like, was it built?
Oh, yeah. It was dismantled. So clearly at some point, we had a Russian doll set of sheds. So we pulled it out, all this wood and timber that was still in some sort of form. And we just went, what is this? And we looked at the assembled pieces. We went, it's a shed. So they clearly bought a new shed and put their old shed in the new shed.
These people that's just insanity.
Oh,
like, that is, like, what? Like, what? Surely when you buy a shed, you have that new moment of being like, oh, I'm going to put up a couple of shelves, I'm going to put my paints here, I'm going to, it's going to be ordered. But you don't just put your old shed, like, it's the next phase of the project is getting rid of the old shed.
Yeah.
What are you going to put in your shed?
Well, the shed is on its last legs. It's more bent than me, to be honest with you. It's needs tearing down. So we're not.
Luckily you've already got another shed.
Yeah, exactly. Could you use the bits of the two of them and fix it and make a super shed?
Yeah.
That's a good point. I think maybe it'd be twice the size. Got a 2-story shed.
Are you going to buy a shed? Or are you not bothered about a shed?
That's phase 3. It sounds like the Marvel universe, doesn't it?
What phase are you in right now?
Phase 1.
What's phase 1?
Phase 1 is bedrooms, hallway, living room.
What's
mental
phase
health
2?
crisis?
mental health crisis. Phase 2 is kitchen and bathroom. Phase 3 is garden and front garden.
Oh.
Phase 4?
Blow my brains out, I think.
Well, at least it's at least it's something to look forward to, Morgan. I mean, do you find though, like I remember when I moved into my place because it was all just chaos. Do you find that like is there one place in the house that you can just go, oh, I'll clear everything out of this, and this could be this is like the place that, oh no, oh that's awful.
Well, this is the problem. He's doing everything at once. I think you should have try and focus on one room. I think now try and get one room done so that you've got a room that you can be like, okay, I can sit in here while the rest of the house is being done.
Yeah, once the plastering is done, that is what's going to happen. But we are also getting all the flooring done at the same time as well.
Well, flooring, they'll do the floor quick.
Yeah, how useful are you? What are your uses in this? How useful have you been?
Try not to take that personally.
No, but like, what's your skill level in terms of? Because you look like someone who could plaster. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I know that you've done some trades work before. You've done some busybody sort of apprenticeship sort of stuff, haven't you?
Yeah, I have the capacity to be useful, but I'm practically useless.
Okay.
And also, I'm about to go on tour, and I don't have the time to learn how to tile.
Yeah. So what have you been? Have you been like? Have you been doing all the tip runs?
All the tip runs.
That's useful.
I ripped up all the flooring, all the coving, all the skirting, all the wallpaper, all the garden, and I took
Morgan,
it all to the
you've done loads. You've been very useful. I'd give you if like you're a top trumps card of a boyfriend, I think you'd get like an 8 on useful there.
Oh, thank you very much. And I've been here for all the builders and like
out of 10, not 100. Out of 10.
And but it's so I'm going mental because there's no clean space. So yes, the bathroom's all right, but the moment you step out of the bathroom, you're back in filth. To the point, this is your fault, Princess Meowington. We've adopted a stray cat. I just had a burnout yesterday.
Mad thing to do when you've not even got wallpaper or plaster on your walls in any room, and you're doing your house up. You literally you fell through your floorboard, and then the next thing you posted on WhatsApp group was, "I've got a cat." I was like, this isn't the right time.
Yeah.
No, it was all bad timing. Well, I'm on the fat loss tablets now because I fell through my fucking floor, and then no one else.
Everyone has a moment. Everyone has a come to Jesus moment where they make a little reassessment.
Yeah,
but I don't think you should. Like I wouldn't start doing some mad restrictive diet just because of the floorboard. Like I'm sure that anyone could have fell through the floorboard. I don't think you're not massive sort of breaking floorboard size.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely a floorboard problem, and all three of us would probably go through it.
Yeah. And I've never been in a place where I've looked at the floor and thought, oh shit, Morgan's here. This might not go well.
Yeah, we don't. When you're staying at mine, me and James don't rip up the carpet and put a stud floor underneath just for when you're here.
Yeah. Or say,
just,
Morgan, you should sleep downstairs.
Stairs, yeah.
Yeah, it just reminded me of that episode of Coronation Street when the hot tub falls through the ceiling.
Oh yeah, I remember that with Les.
Yeah, that's all
oh my God,
I'd
forgotten about that.
But there's it's like now you can't help but look at yourself when you've bought a house and your flooring has to become waterproof and you-proof.
Do you remember, now that you've spoken about like Coronation Street and the hot tub falling through the water to the roof, do you remember that Janice Battersby brought out a fitness DVD?
No.
Which
She
was
did.
Janice.
Les's husband, Les's wife.
But didn't Les, the actor who played Les, that's Morgan pouring a drink, not having a wee, by the way.
You hear that, can you?
Yeah,
very much
really
so.
loud. Didn't the actor who played Les find a dead body?
Oh.
I'm sure the actor who played Les Fat was involved in was like a witness in a big crime.
Okay.
God. That was such the heyday of Coronation Street, wasn't it? Like, it was so... But I do feel like the fact that Janice had a fitness DVD, I don't know if anyone's ever said, God, I wish I looked like Janice out of Coronation Street.
Well, loads of Sonia had one for a long while, wasn't it?
Sonia did?
No, Natalie Cassidy was the face of fitness DVDs for a long time.
Really?
Yeah. So
Davina McCall's.
Bruce Jones, the actor who played Les Battersby on Coronation Street, found the body of Jean Jordan and an allotment murder victim of serial killer Peter Sutcliffe in October 1977.
Wow.
So he found the body of a murder victim, Peter Sutcliffe, and then became a Coriac. That's a mad life.
That is a mad life.
That is a mad life.
Peter Sutcliffe, wasn't he the Yorkshire Ripper, was he?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
God.
I know nothing about serial killers. They've never interested me.
No. I've never really... I've even tried to watch that. Remember they made the Dahmer thing?
Yeah,
no, I can watch that.
I've not watched them ones. I like a crime series. I prefer it when it's not based on real lives because I get nightmares. And also, because James works nights, sometimes if I'm watching something scary, I have to find out how long, when he's next on nights, because he normally does nights like once a month, and he's on nights all of this week, so I wouldn't have watched anything scary in the last 2 weeks. But I would have done it if I knew it wasn't going to be on nights for like a month. Then I can watch a horror film. But if I know he's going to be on nights like 2 days after, I can't watch a horror film. Which is pointless because if someone comes into the house, he ain't fighting him. I am. But
but he'd be able to stitch you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be able to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, be able to put your hands back on.
Yeah.
I do like watching. But a lot of people we know, a lot of comedians are obsessed with crime, and I've listened to podcasts and stuff. There was one about the Golden State Killer, and I listened to that whole podcast, and it was like interviews and stuff, but he left one of the victims a voice message on the phone, and they played it, and at the time I was in the bath and I was listening to it in the bath, and then it played him being like, I'm gonna kill you, and I had to jump out of the bath. I jumped straight out of the bath and put some clothes on.
Unless he was in the tub.
Well, yeah, I just was like, oh. And I think I get interested by stuff like that and I start listening to it, but I'm also too scared. And I get bad nightmares, mate.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the last nightmare you had?
Well, I have a lot of dreams. I dream every night. I have quite a mad imagination, and I still will have like mad dreams with like a wizard in it and stuff.
Yeah, I have really vivid imaginative dreams. I had a nightmare last night, but I didn't wake up. I didn't wake up from the bit I thought I would. In my nightmare, my friend, I won't say who they are, my two friends, turns out they were vigilante serial killers, and I caught them murdering someone. But the bit that woke me up was that afterwards they took me for pizza and I didn't like the taste of it.
Like, this is the final straw. It's one thing, it's one thing to be killing people, but I'm sorry, this pizza's dog shit.
Yeah, I remember folding it up. I put it on. And I woke up.
Some people don't dream though. James barely has dreams. He's like,
I don't have dreams
unless
I have cheese late.
I thought that was just a myth. The cheese.
No. If I have
cheese every day, that could be part of the problem. Though.
That could be it. Because if I have cheese and crackers like late at night, I'll have bad dreams. Like, I'll have like proper scary dreams.
I have cheese and crackers past 8 p.m. probably twice a week.
I'd say that's it. Cheese really screws with my brain when I'm having dreams.
Sometimes I'll just go and get some cheese out of the fridge, just have a bit of cheese, just as a snack. Cheese is my favourite thing.
Yeah, cheese is amazing. I love melted cheese on anything. Melted cheese on beans and toast. I mean, if you are hungry late at night, it's hard to beat.
Oh. Can I talk about, like, because Janek gets night terrors, but bizarrely, since we've been living in this nightmare, he hasn't screamed once. But I had a nap. This is just to sorry to bring it back to this flat. This is how disgusting my flat is, and why I'm in a bit of a mentee bee at the moment. I had a half-hour nap yesterday. I was 10 minutes. I was taking too long getting out of bed. Me and Janek had to get somewhere, so Janek threw the covers off me. What do you think was there?
Oh no,
an erection.
I wish an erection.
A mouse?
3 of them.
In the bed?
In the bed.
Is this real or a nightmare?
This is real. This is my real life.
Oh, were they alive?
Morgan.
Yeah, they were alive. Yeah.
Where were they?
They were on the other side of the bed. Fair bless them. They were more kind than Janek, but they were on their side of the bed. Princess Meowington's found a nest of them.
I know. I'm sorry. She needs to step it up. I'm sorry. She's looking for a new home and she is falling at the first hurdle here. There shouldn't be That's why she's homeless.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Because she's not killing them.
Yeah.
No, she's
But Scubber doesn't kill them. She brings them in, and they because I think I've said it on here before. I don't even know how she gets them in because they never look like they've been wet. I think she talks them in. She shouldn't carry them in her mouth. I don't know how they get them in, but she.
I know she's probably got my owner has got loads of cheese.
Yeah. But she
I
brings
live with these
them,
2 guys. They're fabulous.
she brings them in, but now because I put them back in the back garden, but eventually you get really used to them. Get really used to catching them. I'm really good at it. It's my weird skill. I have cheap lunch boxes that once it's had a mouse in it, you never use it again. So do you know when you get ones that you'd get like a Chinese takeaway in?
Yeah.
Like the proper ones. And now I'm so good at getting near a mouse and just fucking throwing that on top of it, catching it, putting paper underneath and then just taking it out in the garden.
I made the mistake. I'm gonna sound like an absolute monster here. I picked up the first one. I was like, right, let's get you out, and I sort of dropped it out. And when I thought it would survive the fall because it's so small.
No,
I felt so. I'd saved her from the cat, and I was like, be free. And when I tell you this thing went splat on the floor, it was
not good.
I felt so bad.
Yeah, you have to place them on the ground and let them run, basically. When I say I throw them in the garden,
mortified.
I don't really throw them. I actually, when I first got with James and it was happening, I was like, oh, you need to get rid of that mouse. Now, after a couple of years, one, I'm used to it, and 2, when I see one, I'm like, yeah.
They are cute.
They're really cute, little tiny ones.
They are.
I don't want one in bed with me, though.
No, they wasn't that cute.
But I mean, that's quite terrifying. For all the other mice, it's just saw their mate being hurled off them.
Yeah.
Well, I sort of just let them out like I would a spider.
Did you leave it out there for all the other mice to know?
Yeah. You know, like in a Walking Dead when they put all the zombies on the fence.
Chop its head off and put it on a toothpick. In the garden.
Just leave it at the window.
Yeah.
Come in if you dare.
Yeah,
like a medieval king.
Yeah, like an hors d'oeuvres at a horrific hell party.
And do you think that when you hit the floor that you'll be able to plug up holes or something?
Yeah, I think that's when I feel like this will feel like I think that's when my mentee bee might recede, is when we've got a floor. When I can take my shoes and socks off in my home, I think I might be back to normal.
Yeah.
Well,
but
Margaret,
at the moment, I'm sleeping with rodents and throwing them out the window.
Yeah.
But
so Garode's at the Fringe. Morgan's got all this going on. I'm having a really nice time. I went to the spa the other day.
Josh is an example of mental health.
No, but like, because I've done the Fringe most Augusts and stuff, and this is the first time I'm not going at all. I've purposely tried to make sure I have nice stuff booked in for the month, and yeah, I went to the spa the other day, which was lovely. But I took James banger racing yesterday.
Banger
1 minute.
racing.
Yeah, I'll say it again after Morgan's water.
Oh, sorry. I just have to go for a big piss every time Josh talks.
I took Morgan banger. I mean, not Morgan. I took James banger racing yesterday.
What's that?
So my mum took me with my stepdad when I were younger, and it's when all these old cars drive into each other. Basically, they all just start. It's a racetrack, but it's all like Ford Fiestas and stuff, and they go crazy. It's mad. It's really good. It's like something you see. Do you know when you see a film and it's like there'll be like a bloke and she shouldn't fall in love with him and he works like at the racetracks and it's always in like South America in the middle of nowhere and they're all like people from the hills and stuff. Basically the English version of that.
Wow. So it's stock cars. I think that's what they call it in Ireland, stock car racing.
Yeah, just like banger racing, all these cars smashing into each other, the proper fucking shit burger van burgers. Oh, great.
Oh.
I love, yeah.
God. I do love a burger van.
How do you think you would have been? I'm going to go back to the racing because it is amazing how much we talk about burger vans on this podcast.
Why have we mentioned them before?
About 1 billion times.
Oh, right. I love a burger van though.
I know. We always talk
it's my favourite thing.
At the moment, I'm getting a lot of burger van food at the moment. I have to rein it in. But like last night I got ice cream. From a van, and it is myself and Chris Kent, we went and we got it was delicious. But the ordering system at this ice cream van is just, it's insane. You've got to queue up, you've got to pay, you give your name, and then you stand back into another queue, and then they call your name, and then you tell them what flavors you want. And people were losing their minds.
Yeah.
Like absolutely losing their minds. Yeah. One person in the queue was just like, fuck this. I don't even want my ice cream. I've paid for it. I don't even want it. If anyone when you hear Barry, just get my ice cream.
This is why I like shit burger vans. Nothing fancy. None of that. It's shit. Like, she was so rude, the woman who served me. She looked like she just stepped out of prison. She was so angry, and she looked like she was going to kick me in the head because I asked for 2 burgers. And it was so greasy, and the onions it looked horrible, and it was just my favourite. I just love it. I love proper burger vans with just proper greasy food. It's all getting too fancy now. But I do like
lettuce,
a fancy one.
no tomato, no garnish, no gherkin. I had that a little cafe I'm going up the road because we've got no way of cooking at the moment because it's so dusty. So there's this little cafe similar to when you used to live in Elephant and Castle, Josh. That one next door to you, up the road. I went for a burger yesterday, and she went, "Do you want onions?" I went, "Yeah," and I went, "That's all." That's exactly. It was just patty, onions, bread.
At the burger van yesterday, do you know they have the sauces on the side and stuff? Well, they ran out of mayo, and this woman had chips, and she went, "Oh, you've run out of mayo. Have you got any more mayo?" The woman serving went, "You'll have to wait." So fucking hell. Wow, you'll have to wait. But yeah, we went and watched all these banger racing, and just it was great. Yeah, but James is quite, well-to-do sort of stuff. I thought he'd be a bit like, huh, and he enjoyed it. But it's mad because me and my mum, we love it. And my mum was getting annoyed because there wasn't as many cars on the track, so hardly any of them were banging into each other. My mum was like, no one's fucking crashing. Like, I've come here for crashing and no one's crashing. And then one person crashed and my mum was like, ha, ha. And James was like, oh no. he was really panicking, bless him.
Well, because he's probably going, they're probably injured. Am I going to have to get called in?
Yeah. Well, there was an ambulance there.
Yeah, or purely decorative.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't see any paramedics, but there was an ambulance there. Technically, an ambulance, and I
don't know.
drove us there, and it was the first time driving in front of me lorry driver stepdad.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tell us about that. Then we'll probably have to wrap up. Tell us about driving in front of your lorry driver stepdad.
Well, I'm quite nervous because lorry drivers, like my stepdad, he's like the king of driving. So,
Yeah.
and also
They don't
I
even
was like,
close the doors.
yeah, and I was like, what's the postcode? And he went, I'll tell you where to go. And I was like, oh no. So it's just like, that lane. And he just fucking pointing like that. Right, get in there. I'm like, oh. And it's all uphill, loads of country lanes and stuff. And it was a good hour and a bit away from my mum's house. He hadn't been there in over 15 years. And he knew, and it's in the middle of fucking nowhere. And he knew how to get there just off memory.
Yeah,
Oh my
you do.
God.
You are supposed to. I could drive to yours purely by memory.
Yeah, but you've come all the time. You've got a key.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
he's been
But
less.
I could drive to Garode where Garode's staying without looking at a map.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh.
God! Because I cycle in and out of town every day, and I have to use the GPS.
No, I've got a map brain. I mean, when people say
Wow.
I'm streetwise, but in regards to I remember the roads, I'd get stabbed in an instant. But I'm streetwise in regards to I'll get stabbed, but good Lord, do I know the quickest way to the hospital?
Garode, you look like you've had your arms chopped off.
Yeah, it looks like
I
you're about
just-
to give us a motivational story about your struggle through life. Given you have no arms.
I just want to meet Taylor Swift.
He's had
Um,
he's got backache.
I've got such a bad
Sorry,
backache.
can
It's
we-
so bad.
Can we take a photo of this? It really
Yeah.
looks like you've got.
No arms. I don't know if it's ableist or not.
It's that's so funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go and get a massage or something.
They
Chill.
will pop back out.
I had a massage when I was at the Fringe a couple of years ago, and then when I went, and then Vittorio was like, "Which one did you go to?" And I was like, "Oh, that one." And he went, "That's a brothel." I was like, "It's not." Turns out the brothel was the one across the road. But just make sure you don't go to one that's a brothel. But I had my
Well-
first ever massage, and it was like a full body massage.
Yeah.
She absolutely beat the shit out of me.
Aren't they
Yeah.
good though?
Yeah, I love it when they batter you. But I prefer a massage from a man. I just don't like massages from women.
I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I'm scared he'd think I want to kiss him.
What is that? Because the end of it, your waist is 6 inches off
you're
the
just
floor.
like
No, but like, because I'm obviously gay, I'm scared that if I went in, he'd be like, "Oh God, this guy's gonna be wanting to fuck me," even though I won't. But like,
Yeah. Yeah. Do you actually know it's the tongue that's the strongest muscle in the body? And I've had so many
Yeah.
damn knots in there.
have you ever had an erection when you've been getting a massage off a professional?
yeah, but you just don't like turn over.
Have
like
ya?
you just.
Oh God, I would be.
But your
mortified.
body, like if somebody's rubbing your legs, you're kind of like your body kind of goes, oh.
Well,
uh-oh.
I've only ever had 2 massages, and they were both deep tissue, and I would just get. I don't
Yeah,
know if I
I'm the
liked
same
it.
as
I
you,
was
Josh.
getting
Yeah.
battered. I was like, "This isn't turning me on." I feel like I'm being bullied, or what? I felt like phoning my mum.
But that's one of the reasons I prefer to get a massage from a man than from a woman, because if you get a boner with a woman, it's just like perceived as very threatening. But like,
I don't think it's any more inappropriate if it's with a man. I still think it's
well, it's
like
not inappropriate. You're lying on your front.
Yeah, I'm so visual as well, so I can't. I'm peek behind the curtain. I have to see things for it to.
yeah. Are you not? Yeah.
I would Just the feeling of a knot being released from my back isn't enough for me to get hard, if I'm honest.
No, but if somebody's rubbing your legs, like your thighs, it's like
No, but again, I've never had it, but I don't know, maybe I should get a gentle massage. But and these deep tissue ones, I think it's horrible. I'm never like, oh, I'm so relaxed. I'm like, ow.
But
there was one time when I
deep-
was like,
with-
I thought she broke my arm.
but with
She's
deep
like, I'm just
tissue,
going to pull you,
it's-
and she
it's-
giggled because I went, oh.
But with deep tissue, it's not supposed to feel good then. It's supposed to feel good after.
I don't even know if
Like
it did.
gentle massages feel good at the moment, but when you get a deep tissue, it's they're doing something that you feel the benefit of when you're finished.
As in, like, done.
Yeah, when you're done, like then, because then all your knots are released. So you get up and you're like, oh my god, yeah, I have
Do
to.
you think
get
that's how
it
people? Do you think that's how people feel after this podcast?
Yeah.
Oh God, that was tough, but I'm going to feel the benefit of it tomorrow.
Now
yeah.
it's done.
Now it's done. And we are done. You've got a dash, Go Road. We're coming up
Yeah.
to our time. Go Road. What have you got going on?
I will be on tour from September when I get back. I'll be doing shows at the Cork Opera House on Greenon. I'll be in Kerry, Sheen Satira. I'll be in Glore in Ennis. I'll be in Nace. That one's sold out though. And I'll be gigging all the way up till next April. So GoRoadFriday.com is where you'll find
Wow.
the tickets. Morgan.
And I am also on tour with a show called What a Bummer, going all over the UK and Ireland, starting at the end of September. And I got a little bit of news from the promoter. Lots of venues are close to selling out. So if you're going to come, I'd really get tickets soon, because in the next month or so, there will not be any tickets left. So I'm on tour. Check it out. And Josh,
When does this come out this week?
this Thursday, yeah.
Oh, so I've not. I won't even have been on holiday then.
Yes.
I'm just going to say I'm going on holiday.
Grown's on tour. I'm on tour. Josh is on holiday.
Yeah,
Wait.
I've not really. I've got stuff to plug in a couple of months, so I just build the suspense or whatever.
Sign up to
Wait.
Josh's
What
mailing
could it
list.
be?
Have you
Yeah,
got a
sign
mailing
up
list,
to-
Josh?
Yeah, but I can't remember where the link is. Just kind of. Do you know what? Next time we record, I'll do the mailing list thing.
I thoroughly recommend either watching this podcast or turning the visuals on Spotify, because when Josh said he doesn't know where his
looked on the floor. I don't know where it is.
It was here a minute ago and now it's gone.
I have got one though. My agent kept going on about that the other day as well. I was only half listening, but yeah, I'm going to sort that out.
Yeah.
Yes.
We all have mailing lists. Get on them. We won't
Yes.
be subject to the algogram. All right. We'll
We'll
talk
see.
to you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.